I'm going to start a quick little shout out here to you, Drassel. Now, for most of you, you might not have actually heard of this company or known what this is, but they have some of the coolest cloth playmats out here that you can actually check out, and you are going to see the awesome designs on this here. Look at this. The feel of these is absolutely amazing, and I can tell you, the community for having these mats, they have actually eaten these up. And look at your designs here. Look at this. Look at the amount of detail present on this. So also, the feel on these is some of the best that I've seen out there. And you know what's going to be fun for this? If you want to walk away with this playmat, in addition to, you know, the normal booster pack, leaving a comment down below will get you in so you can actually get one of these for yourself. I will think we'll have more of these to show off in the future. I've actually been playing on the CNY. This is, I think, by far one of the more popular designs that they actually had out here. Look at this color scheme. Like, this is absolutely amazing out here. Bum bum bum. This thing looks gorgeous and feels absolutely amazing. So I would recommend checking them out this weekend for the release of the mat that we just showed off here. And if you want to walk away with one of these, leave a comment down below. We'll get you entered in to do so.
What do you mean grass looks greener has exceeded over $30 because of Banlist hype? Make sure you guys smash the link crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more content. I know we don't have a list until tomorrow, but that's not stopping the community from knee-jerk reacting every which way that they can possibly find out here. And grass is today's victim of the oh shit, something's going to happen on this list reaction out here. First of all, your 3-month snapshot out here, literally 35, 18, 25, 25. You had most of your sales recently were the 28th and 27th actually out here. But it's not like, actually, somebody bought 21 at $30 a copy, which is kind of insane to be thinking about out here. And you do have one abnormality at 22 and then a 27, but you know, your next near mint's going to put you at 33-ish dollars. I don't like that at all. I don't like that grass has hit this crazy wall out here and that people are willing to spend this money. Now, realistically, I still do not think that this card is coming back. And we've talked about this in a good couple of market watches because realistically, this goes against everything that Konami feels like they have set up for so far. They don't want this card back in the game because it dilutes the time rules, creating these game scenarios where, you know, the game is taking so much longer to resolve. That is not something that I think Konami wants to be dealing with right now, especially when you have to pay your judges and you need to pay for compensation and things like that. That is not going to happen, all right, realistically. But if somebody out here is willing to buy 21 copies at $30 a piece and, you know, sink the $500 investment on this and go, sure, man, like this is coming back. Actually, I don't even think it was close, a little bit off, but that's the whole point of this. All right. So, and the sad part is this isn't even the main one that's been bought out here. Spright Elf is actually in the exact same boat out here right now. Because this is funny to me. You have 28 listings of Spright Elf, which is telling you out here, guess what? This thing has also been chomping up out here. At least one person bought 7 for $10 a piece. I don't really like that either, I'm going to be honest with you. But your sales of this thing in the last couple of days, I don't know why people think that this is going to come back of all things. I mean, hey, wow. Actually, this thing is $12 again. Banlist season hype is crazy. You know why this isn't going to come back, right? It's literally this little line right here. It says your opponent cannot target monsters that this card points to. You also forget that this is a generic make. Most decks that can do any of the real combo-y shenanigans out here can actually abuse this, and people don't want to be dealing with that right now. That's not what the current community should be thinking. You know, this card is so broken, and to think that if competitive play or to see this come back with the community, you know, going crazy, going, oh my gosh, you know, like, we're going to have Spright Elf back. No, this card is too strong to have running around out here. Like, it's just, yeah, just too much for sure. But hey, you know what? If people were willing to throw their money out here at the screen and just, you know, pick up all of this craziness, sure, man. You know, I will tell you, this one I'm actually a little bit surprised about. You know, if you're willing to throw your money at the screen to pick up, you know, grass and to pick up Spright Elf, but you're not willing to pick up Kitkallos right now, which has been the thing. This was very hyped at the beginning. A lot of people were throwing their money at the screen going, oh yes, this is the thing. Also, the fact that the top end one is $20 is so funny out here. Also, I want you to know out here, look at that sales ramp up there. 28 have sold 18. Yeah, just in the last day or so, or a couple days, people are like, oh yeah, the kit's coming back, man. But it hasn't been enough to like really affect the overall wellspring of sales. Yeah, you're still looking at this as a very solid $4 to $5 card, which is fine, but it's not being taken off the market at the level of, you know, our dear friend Kashtira, good old riseheart out here. Oh yeah, we're still on best selling. No, which is really funny, by the way, because riseheart itself is still the best selling one. Not Ogre, not Fenrir. Actually, that's kind of funny to kind of think about out here, because Fenrir was the best selling for like so long, and then you're just like, wow, really, riseheart? Yeah, I guess. How times have really changed out here. Yeah, riseheart now has 47 listings, but look at your sales curve here, though. It really pushes down. I think the reality of the situation's been kind of hitting people. I think more people are kind of starting to realize, maybe the walking, talking macrocosmo man isn't going to actually come back. You know, like, strange thought here, by the way. Like, you don't... you think grass and Spright Elf can come back. But, you know, a riseheart and Kitkallos, we had the strongest flavors that we've had in the market for so long. People are like, nah, they're not going to bring those back. Like, that's a huge mentality shift if I've ever seen it. All right. Something a little bit different here. Okay. Powersink stone. So for those of you that have not been paying attention to what this card's been doing in the OCG right now, a few decks have started to show up because Powersink stone has a very nice, interesting line of text here that says, each time a monster effect is activated, place a spell counter on this card, maximum 2. While it has 2 spell counters on it, face-up monsters on the field cannot activate their effects, and their effects are negated. So what ends up happening here is since this is, the minute that the second counter goes on this, monster effects are negated, and your opponent's stuff is just basically turned off. So basically, you're able to go into your opponent's turn, trigger your own monster effect before your opponent does anything, and put the first counter on this. And then, the minute that your opponent applies their monster effect, oh, whoa, that's very strange. How did this second counter get onto this Powersink stone out here? You know, like, what's going on? Look at that. Big fat 102 of these have sold in the last couple of days. Yeah, look at that. 50, 25, 30. People are looking at this as like the skill drain alternative right now. And I actually feel like that this card is probably better than skill drain in certain elements, because, you know, you can go into your turn and have all the counters rolled off of this, because during the end phase, all of them go away. We're back at the point now that people are re-looking at this card as an alternative to the game. I'm really glad to see, though, the original print of this has not really had... Well, yeah, that's bad. Okay, well, that's Powersink stone. I mean, it's projected to be your tech choice of the block. It makes sense. I expect to see more out of this. Speaking of the block out here... Down, down, down to a burning ring of nothing. Yeah, this card, it tanks down. You know, this thing was so high at one point. You're down to $23 per throne now. Realistically, I think this is the thing that we're going to have people watching die because this card is so strong. Like, it literally is the cornerstone of the meta, in my opinion, for Yubel. You know, like, especially if Konami were to leave this alone, you got to remember that you'll be able to just turbo pile through, you know, the splash package of the one Yubel, the one Spirit, and this, and you just put your opponent into such a bad position. Like, it's kind of crazy what Throne actually does. So I do realistically think that we're not going to see this card stick around at 3. Like, I think this is the one we need to hit. And then, of course, I want to talk about low here for a second. Low's back up to 68 listings. We're recovering. You do see, like, you do have the temporary spike up over the little time there. And then, of course, only really 12 of these we're back underneath 30, which is good. It's not a good underneath 30, but, you know, we are recovering. A lot of people are putting their money in this card for some reason. They predict that this is going to be the best deck, but, you know, you're just going to get power crept when Rage hits. So, you know, we'll have to kind of wait and see what happens with that. But interesting to see the choices that this community is making right now. So please, leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here later today, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.